You don't have a wig on. You don't have braids in, and your hair is clean. But your scalp still itches. You may be suffering from scalp pruritus or itchy scalp. Having an itchy scalp occasionally here and there is perfectly normal. Besides, your scalp is skin, so it's gonna itch a little from time to time. But if it's been happening consistently and for a long time, it could be a sign of something else going on. Especially if it comes with other symptoms like redness, flakes, or hair loss. If this sounds like you, it's important that you don't ignore it and find a solution before it gets worse and turns into something more serious. So in this video, we're going to take a closer look at the potential reasons why your scalp is so damn itchy and options on how to treat and solve the problem. There are so many potential reasons why your scalp is itching, and to list them all in one video will take hours. So in an effort to cover a lot of ground without being too long-winded, I grouped them into 4 categories. The most common cause of an itchy scalp is due to dermatologic reasons. Dermatologic basically means anything concerning your skin, so these are conditions that directly affect your scalp. Your scalp could be itchy due to a dermatologic issue like dandruff, psoriasis, and even dry scalp. I posted a video on how to tell if you have dry scalp or something more serious like dandruff and psoriasis. If you've noticed flakes on your scalp, this video will help you determine exactly what it is. Your scalp could also be itchy due to a fungal infection like a ringworm. Ringworms are very contagious through human-to-human contact, object-to-human contact, and even animal-to-human contact. Another dermatologic issue that can cause your scalp to itch is a parasitic infection like head lice. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but yes, it's way harder and rare for lice to live in kinky hair, but it's still possible. Here's a link to 2 videos, one on how to determine if you have head lice, the other on how to avoid and get rid of head lice. Dermatologic issues can even be caused by damage to your hair follicles, from putting thick follicle clogging products on your scalp, or unhealthy hair care practices like excessive tension or heat. Even washing your hair with water that's too hot can cause damage to your hair follicles. If left untreated, damaged hair follicles can make them become inflamed and turn into a bacterial infection called folliculitis. These are just some examples of dermatologic issues that can cause your scalp to itch. Fortunately, avoiding and treating dermatologic issues like these is pretty simple. The first thing you should do if you suspect your scalp is going through a dermatologic issue is to upgrade your hair regimen to a scalp-friendly hair regimen. Wash your hair with lukewarm water, not hot water. Only use water-based products on your scalp, and don't put thick products on your scalp. Apart from shampoos, I only use the pH stabilizing spritz and the herbal hot oil treatment as a hot oil treatment on my scalp. I also use it as a leave-in on my scalp once or sometimes twice a week when I use it as a sulfur treatment. Buildup on your scalp is a big deal, so keep it to a minimal by scooping and spreading between wash days. Here's a link to a video on how I keep my scalp clean by scooping and spreading. A scalp-friendly regimen has to include keeping all types of tension away from your scalp. Most of the issue we have with our scalp and hair loss in our community has to do with tension. Most of the time, you can't see the tension, but you can feel it. Even a small amount of tension can cause follicle trauma and hair thinning. So it's something you have to be hyper vigilant about until it becomes a habit. Also, blowing heat directly on your scalp is a no-no. To avoid your scalp, point the blow dryer down and don't try to blow out the part of your roots that's closest to your scalp. You don't always necessarily have to use store-bought synthetic products to clear up bacterial, fungal, yeast, or parasitic scalp issues. Natural ingredients like onion juice, apple cider vinegar, and oregano tea are very effective at clearing up all types of scalp conditions. If one of these options can't clear up your dermatologic issue, I don't know what can. I left a link below to videos on how to prepare and use them on your scalp. An itchy scalp is not always due to surface issues. It can have an internal cause. One category of an internal cause of an itchy scalp is neuropathic. This means things that involve injury or damage to your nerves. Examples of things going on inside the body that can cause neuropathic itchy scalp are diabetes, herpes zosters, aka shingles, and multiple sclerosis or MS. In diabetes, uncontrolled high blood pressure damages your nerves, and this can result in numbness, tingling, burning, and itching all over the body, including your scalp. With herpes zoster or shingles, the zoster virus may damage or even kill the neurons that make up the nerves that control normal itch and pain sensations. This means that itching and pain will persist until your body is able to heal or replace the damaged nerves and control the itchiness and pain again. In MS, the body's immune system attacks the nerve tissues in the brain and spinal cord. One of the many signs of this damage is, you guessed it, an itchy scalp. When it comes to treating an itchy scalp with a neuropathic cause, the best thing to do is consult your doctor and completely change your diet. I posted a video with great tips on how to start the process of changing your diet for the better in an easier way. You will need to get the underlying disease under control because the itchy scalp is a symptom of the disease. Once the damage to your nerves is corrected, the itching will go away. The longer you take to get treatment, the worse the damage to your nerves will become, and the longer it'll take to heal so the itching can go away. If you suspect you may be suffering from one of these neuropathic illnesses, here's a list of other symptoms they're associated with. Hopefully you catch it before it gets out of hand. Another group of an internal cause of an itchy scalp is psychogenic. This means things that involve our emotions and mental state. Stress, depression, and anxiety can cause an itchy scalp if the anxiety kicks in and the body's stress response goes into overdrive. This can cause a vicious cycle of stress causing the itching and the itching causing more stress. Of course, this doesn't happen to everyone, but it's similar to what happens when someone breaks out into hives or blushes because they're embarrassed. It's just a bit more extreme. The way to treat psychogenic itching is to treat the underlying issue. Maintaining the balanced mental and emotional state is so important. One way to do that is through meditation. An Emory University study found that meditation helped relieve itching caused by eczema. This study concluded that the perception of itching may be improved by meditation because it provides a coping mechanism and a sense of control. So go ahead and add a meditation podcast to your Spotify playlist after this video. Getting into meditation is a game changer to your overall physical and mental health. So far, we've looked at not so serious to somewhat serious causes of an itchy scalp. I saved the more serious cause of an itchy scalp for last. Systemic causes are definitely the most serious of all the potential causes of an itchy scalp. Systemic means it affects your whole body as a whole, rather than a single organ or a body part. So you can see why a systemic condition would be very serious. Autoimmune diseases are a systemic cause of an itchy scalp and can cause the body to attack itself. The symptoms are experienced all over the body. Examples of autoimmune diseases that have been linked to a scalp itch include lupus, psoriasis, scleroderma, Sjogren's syndrome, and dermatomyositis. Other conditions such as liver disease and kidney disease are also systemic causes of itchy scalp. Treating the underlying condition will help to control the itchy scalp. Overall, if your scalp is itching uncontrollably and nothing you're doing is helping, book an appointment with a doctor to check you out and make sure it's not a symptom of a more serious condition. Before researching for this video, I would have never thought that something like stress, diabetes, or liver disease can cause your scalp to itch. An itchy scalp is really annoying, but for the most part, it's usually not a cause for concern, especially if it doesn't come with other symptoms. There's so many possible causes, so it may take you a while to figure out exactly what it is. But if you fit any of these scenarios, I highly suggest you go talk to a doctor just to make sure it's not something more serious. If you're suffering with an itchy scalp, I hope this video helps point you in the right direction. As always, thanks for watching. See you in the next video.